Welcome to the Howe Bulldogs Coaches Show with Zack Hudson, brought to you by FBC Howe. Now, let's go to Monty Walker with the Bulldogs head coach.
All right, Coach, and another great team you faced last week. 3 teams and 3 great teams that you faced to open the season here in 2017. Who put the schedule together?
I did. It's one of those things that, every 2 years we realign. Every 2 years we do the schedule. And this past realignment, we had a bunch of sophomores that played 3 deep in the playoffs. And or went 3 deep and then 2 deep. And everybody knew we had a lot of kids coming back. So nobody wanted to play us. And so you end up playing a bunch of teams that are your caliber. We played Gunner. We played Munster. We played, and then once we've got through those teams, the only people that would play us were 4A teams. And so it's just one of those, bitten by the snake kind of thing. And nobody wants to play you. I think we caught them last year as they were growing. And then this year they're catching us as we were growing. But, 2 out of the 3 games with the number 1 team in the state of Texas is tough. It's tough on any football team. But saying that, we knew we're going to have growing pains. I mean, that was inevitable. The good thing is we know exactly what's wrong. We just got to get it all fixed. So.
One move that you made last week was to move Mikey Heimel from an offensive lineman to a slot back. And he showed great quickness. Talk about Mikey Heimel.
Well, he was at guard, as a pulling guard, and he's a lighter. And, you kind of worry about that when you got those pulling guards that are a little bit lighter. And we just felt like he would be better serving us, excuse me, in a different role. And he is fast and he is quick. He goes 100 miles an hour all the time. So, we put him out there just see what would happen. And we use that spot to block a lot. And so that wasn't a big change for him. But then, we were able to give him the ball a couple times and, throw a little pass to him. And he got a touchdown out of it. So, we were glad, that change brought us something we didn't have before. It brought us some success with that position and made him a difference maker. And that's what we're trying to do with so many young guys that's never played on the varsity level. When you step up from the JV to varsity, things change a lot. And, we have to figure out where their roles are best served on the team.
Yeah, anytime you make changes like that, there can be some team chemistry issues where somebody maybe not playing the role they want to play and things like that. How's that situation in the locker room?
Well, it's really not that big a deal just due to the fact that so many of them are so new to Friday nights that no one really had a role. I mean, if you take out, 6 seniors, if you take out those guys and set them to the side, nobody else really had a role. It was wherever Coach put them. So they understand, and, we talk to them. We're honest with them. If we think they're better served in a different role, they can better help the team. But we've never had any kickback from it. Kids are kids. They want to play, and they want to win. And so we got to get the right combination out there. Sometimes we're still fighting for it. And we knew that was coming. I mean, going into the year, we knew that once the lights came on, it was gonna be different for a lot of kids, and we got to figure out where they fit the best.
There are always some positives in each game film, and you always find kids that maybe surprise you. Who surprised you so far?
Well, as a whole, you look back at like an Andrew Griffin. I've been around him so long since he was a freshman that I just expect him to make every play. But a kid that I could say surprises you, or you're getting everything out of him is J.C. Helpenstedt. He's around the ball all the time on defense, plays most of our special teams. But as a sophomore, he's done a great job of stepping up, playing a key role. When you play inside linebacker, it's in a 50 defense, you're playing a very key role. And I think he's done a great job. I think he gets better every week. And it's hard for a sophomore to step up and play. Go Gunner Munster real quick, and then Bowie with a quarterback that's bigger than anybody on the field. That's hard on a sophomore that's 15 years old. But he's done a great job, and surprisingly, I would say that we're lucky that he's on our side, and he's going to be a great player for years to come.
Well, luckily, you don't have to play Gunner or Munster this week, but you do have to play one of those 4A teams that you talked about. And Quinlan is much improved from a year ago. What do you expect to see from them?
Well, I think, a lot of formations, a lot of different plays out of all those formations. They did the same thing to us last year. A lot of formations, a lot of plays. I think we did a good job. I think we had 2 busts last year on defense. And offensively, there is what gets those 4As from us is the size. They just have more big kids than we do. Their quarterback is a total different kid now. I think he's got a lot of confidence. He plays safety and quarterback and just runs downhill and tries to knock your head off. So we got to handle him in the middle of the field. And then we also got to handle him taking snaps because he's going to keep a lot of them. But speed-wise, I think we're okay. Size, they're going to be a little bit bigger than us, but it didn't hurt us last year. They were a lot bigger than us last year. And I think the next 2 games, the speed of the game will slow down a little for us. These last couple teams we've played, they've had 4 or 5 guys in the field that are just faster than us, and we're not going to see that again. So I think it will actually slow down a little bit and, help kids like Helpenstell and Dyson Dillard and stuff like that on defense, and even our tackles that, played JV last year that just it's hard when guys are slanting everywhere and stunting. We're on Thursday night. They don't do that kind of stuff, and then they're doing it at breakneck speed because they've been doing it for 3 years, and it reminds me of us last year. We could do it at breakneck speed. We could do all these stunts and everything, but this year it's just kind of tough because it's so new to everybody.
Well, each year you play very well on homecoming. You've done, for the past 3 years, done excellent. And we talk about the distractions of things, and apparently that doesn't matter around here. There's an all-school pep rally this afternoon. So talk about those things, and apparently y'all handle that pretty well.
Well, just the way the school sets it up. I mean, I don't handle what the cheerleaders do or anybody else. I don't handle when we have a pep rally. I think we're actually having it this morning, where all the kids are coming over. But with our stadium being away from our high school, it's always a road game for us. We always have to pack the bus. We always have to come over here, or we have to go somewhere else. So I think it kind of helps us prepare because nothing's ever different. We still get on a bus and we still go over somewhere. Nothing, we still have to get somewhere early. And so, but homecoming is not a distraction for the most part.
Well, let's talk about the keys to win tonight.
Well, if you look back at our other films, we got to hang on football. We cannot turn the ball over 4 or 5 times a game, and especially in the end zone or close to the end zone for them, and give them these real short fields early in the game. I was very proud of our kids coming out in the second half against Munster. They pulled about 2 starters out in the fourth quarter, but other than that, all their starters were in there, and we outscored in the fourth quarter in the second half. And saying that, because we came out ready to play, and we erased the first half. And when you erase 4 turnovers in the first half and overcome that, I was proud of them for that. And we have to hang on to football, and it's killed us the last 2 games. We're still young on defense. We can't give our defense these short fields to stop it. And we have to make everybody earn it, and we're going to have to earn it on offense. But we saw some good things against Munster, and saw some things that get one guy fixed here and one guy fixed there, and it's a total different ball game. But it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress, and that's what it is right now. But we're getting better, and I think the kids still believe, and I think we're going to be just fine. We just got to find our niche and figure out what we're best at, stick with it, and go with it.
Well, it's homecoming tonight. You got to be at the stadium tonight. Everybody in town will be there. You should too. If you can't make it to the game, you can always listen to the broadcast on HoweEnterprise.com. And if you're inside the stadium, bring your headphones. You can listen to 99.9 FM. For everyone who's been a part of this one, I'm Monty Walker. See you next week.